Good evening, everyone. It is Monday, May 22nd. It is 7:01 p.m. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All members of the town council are present. The only two members that are remote are council members Maurer and Reed. Mr. First Selectman, Bicentennial Proclamation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It is an honor and a privilege to be able to do this evening. As all of you probably know, tomorrow is the actual day of the town's 200th anniversary. So I'd like to invite up the chair of our Bicentennial Committee, Vita Stone. I know we also have Councilmember Wales and Councilmember Martin, if you guys could join as well as anyone else, Kelly, others from the Bicentennial Committee that are here. We'll be here tonight, but amazing work and dedication, and I know we're just about to get started. So thank you for all your efforts. This is really, again, truly an honor. So I have a proclamation this evening, the Bicentennial Proclamation. Whereas colonists first settled in our area in circa 1720, later establishing a society that was named New Stratford in 1762. And whereas on May 23rd, 1823, the town of Monroe was incorporated after the citizens of the area petitioned the legislature in Hartford to become an independent government, to be named after President James Monroe. And whereas, in its earliest days, the town of Monroe was comprised of villages named Birdsee's Plain, Stepney, Monroe Center, and East Village. And whereas the village of Stevenson was named in 1888 after the president of the railroad company that passed through the area, and where construction of a hydroelectric plant and the creation of Lake Zor was complete in 1919. And whereas Monroe had 7 school districts located throughout the town that were consolidated in 1935 into what is now Monroe Public Schools, an award-winning school district. And whereas 200 years of history has taken Monroe from an agricultural town to the modern, active community that we are today. And whereas the town's population has grown from approximately 1,500 to almost 19,000 residents. And whereas the town enjoys wonderful amenities such as Wolf Park, Great Hollow Lake, West Mountain Park, Edith Wheeler Memorial Library, a vibrant senior center, and an award-winning farmers market. And whereas the Monroe Bicentennial Committee has engaged the entire community to celebrate our history by participating in multiple events throughout the year. Now, therefore, I, Kenneth M. Kellogg, First Selectman Town of Monroe, do hereby proclaim that May 23rd, 2023, as Bicentennial Celebration Day in the town of Monroe, and I urge all its citizens to celebrate this milestone in our history by participating in our bicentennial events and taking pride in our town. Thank you.
We also have something for you.
Bicentennial swag.
There you go.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
And more swag.
Thank you.
From
Oh, this
the
is great.
bicentennial ornament as well.
So this is great, which you may or may not know, that the design on this ornament is the schoolhouse, right? East Village Schoolhouse, which was designed by a student in our schools. And hopefully we're going to get her here one day to see her.
She'll be here.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Kellogg, thank you all the members of the Bicentennial Committee. I know the first big weekend of the celebration is this weekend, right?
This weekend.
Yes,
Yep.
I will have a whole list of events for you later in my update.
All right. Item 4, public hearing this evening. Pursuant to Town Code Section 470-34B, the Town Council shall conduct a public hearing for the purposes of receiving public input on a commercial tax abatement application for 695 Main Street, units C and D, Golf Oasis. I'm going to open this public hearing now. Is there any member of the public? I'll begin with those who are in Town Council chambers that would like to participate during this public hearing. Please come down to the microphone and state your name and address. No one in Town Council chambers. Is there anyone here that is here via phone or computer or tablet that would like to participate in the public hearing regarding a commercial tax abatement application for 695 Main Street, Unit C and D, Golf Oasis? Please remember to unmute your microphone. Once again, is there any member of the public that would like to participate during this public hearing? Okay. Well, given that there's no one that wants to participate during the public hearing, I am going to close the public hearing at 7:08 p.m. If there are no objections, I'm going to pass the consent calendar as presented. Hearing objections, I'm passing consent calendar. I ask that communication items A through P be incorporated into the minutes of our meeting. Item 7, public participation. This is our normal public participation during our town council meeting. Is there any member of the public that is here in chambers that would like to participate? Seeing none. Is there any member of the public that is here digitally via their phone or tablet or computer that would like to participate during public participation? Please remember to unmute yourself. I believe unmuting is what, *6 or *7?
*6 if you're on a phone.
*6 if you're on a phone. Hearing none, seeing none, I'm going to close public participation. We have no appointments this evening. Action items. Town Council Committee on Finance, Education, Health, Public Safety Matters. Madam Vice Chair.
We have not been met since our last meeting.
Thank you. Item B, Town Council Committee on Planning, Zoning, Public Works, and Park and Recreation Matters. Councilmember Rooney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No, we have not met since last meeting. I know they did start some work in Wolf Park. I don't know if Councilwoman Martin has some updates on that, but I don't have anything pertaining to council at this time.
Okay. Anything, Council?
No, they haven't started. I mean, they blocked it off, and we do want the public to know that there's areas that you can't walk there, but they haven't started their work yet.
Thank you. Item C, Town Council Committee on Legislative and Administrative Matters. Council Member Reed.
Yes, Mr. Chair, we did meet. Thank you. We met tonight. As a matter of fact, we discussed 5 new pieces of business. PKF O'Connor Davies audit engagement letter, the commercial tax abatement application for 695 Main Street. We just heard about that. DACO Inc. Bus charter agreement, preventative health strategies at work, and Connecticut Communities Grant and Charter Communications Operating LLC agreement. All passed.
Thank you. Item D, Strategic Planning Committee. We have not met since our last town council meeting. Item E, EMS Building Committee. Council Member Rooney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. No updates at this time. We will be meeting tomorrow to discuss some things. I'll have an update for next council. Thank you.
Thank you. Item F, Open Space Preservation Acquisition Committee. Councilmember Roy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have not met since our last meeting.
Thank you. And item G, the first selectman's update.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So passing around the written update, which the first page includes a kind of a consolidated list of all the events that are happening this year, or the majority of them. There could be some other things that will be added here and there, but want to remind everyone that we have some important events this week. Tomorrow at 6:30 PM, we will be talking about a time capsule at Town Hall. There is actually a old capsule that was placed several years ago, I believe 50, or during our 150th anniversary, 50 years ago, which will be taken out, and we will be displaying some of the new items that the committee is gathering to for a new capsule that would be opened in 2073. This upcoming weekend, obviously, Memorial Day weekend, so we have our traditional events, but we also have added events to celebrate the bicentennial. There is a picnic at Wolf Park Saturday afternoon. It's a bring your own picnic, or there'll be some food items there as well. The Bicentennial store will have memorabilia. There's going to be music during the day and lots of activities for kids and adults. That evening, it will be the first of the concert series with a tribute band, a Kansas Sticks and Foreigner tribute band. On Sunday, there's a road race that will start at 12:30 going south on Monroe Turnpike. And upon its conclusion at 1 o'clock, our parade will commence, our traditional parade, which will include a bicentennial themed float contest, and that will go the normal route ending at the town green, followed by our traditional Memorial Day ceremony at the town hall war memorial. That night, we have an added event, which is going to be a second concert at the park. This will be by Alameda, which was rescheduled from last year. Remember, they were rained out a couple of times. That should be a very popular concert. Upcoming weekends, the weekend of June 2nd and 3rd, we have the Barnum Festival concert, carnival and food down at the former Stevenson Lumber Yard, and they are doing that as a bicentennial event as well. June 3rd and 4th, we will have on those 2 days a Shakespeare in the Green performance with the Massive Theater Department. In the evening, the weekend of June 10th and 11th, Save Our Stepney Task Force is planning a celebration at the Stepney Green with all kinds of activities for kids and adults. It should be well attended. On June 16th is the Farmers Market opening day, which will have a bicentennial theme. The weekend of June 17th and 18th is the Strawberry Festival, which will have a bicentennial fundraiser, a bicentennial Sunday that will support our bicentennial efforts as well. And on August 4th, we will have our concert at the park, followed by a fireworks display. And we'll have more information on that as we get closer. So that's our events coming up. The other two updates, one is I wanted to announce that thanks to our new health director, Amy Lahaney, who's in the audience, we will be resuming tick testing offered by the health department for a nominal $5 fee. This was actually a program that had been suspended for several years, and I'm happy that she's found a way to resume this at a really low cost. They will accept ticks that are found on people, not pets, and they'll be sent up to the Connecticut Agricultural Experiment Station where they get tested for the agents that cause Lyme disease, anaplasmosis, and babesiosis. There's more information on their site on the webpage, the health department's webpage. And last but not least, the textile recycling efforts will formally launch on Saturday, June 10th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. here at Town Hall. I want to again thank Bill Holsworth, who's doing this in his role as chairing the Sustainable CT Committee. He will be in partnership with the Conservation and Water Resources Commission, be hosting an event with Bay State Textiles. You'll recall, because that matter came before you, their agreement. They will be collecting footwear, clothing, linen, stuffed animals, accessories, anything that's, as long as it's clean and dry in any condition, no carpet, upholstery, things like that. The Conservation Commission will be handing out pollinator seed packets while supplies last. And you'll recall that the town does get some funds from the donated items. Those funds will go into our Sustainable CT Fund. And the recycling bins will remain on site here at Town Hall. year-long. It is in the parking lot next to the library, and there will be another one at the Garter Road landfill site right next to where the current electronics recycling bin is. And that is my update. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. That is it for action items. We do not have an update on our unfinished business item regarding the St. Jude School Property and Community Center update. We'll be moving on to new business. Item A, Resolution 23-046. I move that the Town Council adopt Resolution 23-046, resolve that pursuant to Town Code Chapter 470, Article 8, Town Council hereby approves the commercial tax abatement application for 695 Main Street, Unit C, Gulf Basin, and authorizes and directs Kenneth M. Kellogg as first elected in the town of Monroe on behalf of the town to enter into an abatement agreement with the application subject to the following modifications and conditions. That the abatement schedule be as follows: 30% off assessed improvement in year 1, 25% off assessed improvement in year 2, 20% off assessed improvement in year 3, and the additional condition that the tax abatement for the third year is conditioned upon the tenant's exercising of the option and require that the applicant to provide proof that the town thereof prior to being entitled to the third year benefit. There's a second.
So
Second.
moved.
Seconded by Councilwoman Martin. Mr. First Selectman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the town received an application for a commercial tax abatement as per our town code. This was referred to the Tax Incentive Program Review Committee per the ordinance, which conducted 2 special meetings to consider the application. The committee determined that the applicant met the eligibility requirements as per the code and that the costs of the improvements met the abatement schedule threshold, which starts at $500,000 and above. March 7th, the committee voted unanimously to provide a recommendation to the town council's L&A committee for a 30% off the increased assessment in year 1, 25% in year 2, and 20% in year 3. On March 27th, L&A did vote to adopt that recommendation and refer it. Upon refer to the town attorney, he provided the attached legal opinion that you have in your packet. You'll note that he identified a couple of items, one of which being that any abatement be conditional upon demonstration of continued lease of the property by the applicant. I believe that's been addressed by the motion that is before you this evening. And the second concern that he raised was simply ensuring that as per the code, that it was demonstrated to the town that the leaseholder would have the full benefit of any abatement provided by the town, and the town has received documentation satisfactory to the town attorney to demonstrate that. As per the code, the town council has sole discretion following a public hearing, which you just conducted this evening, and your choices are to approve with modifications and conditions, or deny the application. That has to be done within 60 days of it first appearing on your agenda. I believe the motion before you is in line with that, and I would ask that you move this item forward.
Thank you. I will note that the values of the abatement schedule did not change from L&A's prior recommendation. There was a motion that was unanimously adopted during L&A to recommend the additional condition requiring proof that the applicant enter into that third year of the lease in order to receive that benefit. Any other discussion? Hearing none, I'm going to call for a vote. All those in favor of adopting Resolution 23-046, please say aye. 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 All those against, please say nay. Hearing no nays, this passes 9-0.
Ask a question, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
Mr. Kellogg, could you tell us who makes up this tax incentive review committee?
Certainly, per the ordinance, it is the first selectman, the director of finance, the chairman of the Economic Development Commission, and the assessor.
And
And I will note for the record that the director of Community and Economic Development, although not a voting member of the committee, did participate in all the meetings.
thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Item B, resolution 23-064. Madam Vice Chair.
I move the town council adopt resolution 23-064. Resolved that Kenneth M. Kellogg, the first selectman of the town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the town of Monroe bus charter terms and conditions and any associated documents by and between DATCO Incorporated for event transportation for WMNR.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Donald Wales. Mr. Kellogg.
Thank you. This is a simple agreement with DATCO for transportation for a event that WMNR would like to hold at Tanglewood later this year. It's been reviewed by the town attorney who provided the attached opinion with no concerns.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of adopting resolution 23-064, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against, please say nay. Hearing none, this passes 9-0. Item C, resolution 23-065. Madam Vice Chair.
I move the town council adopt resolution 23-065. Resolved that the Monroe Town Council hereby authorizes the Monroe Health Department application in response to the Connecticut Department of Public Health request for proposal log 2023-0903, preventative health strategies at work in Connecticut communities, and that Kenneth M. Kellogg, first selectman of the town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver such application and any associated documents on behalf of the town of Monroe.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Is there a second? Seconded by Donald Wales, the first selectman.
Thank you. So the state health department has historically made grants available for preventive health programming. They're transitioning this year from what was a block grant formulary approach to a competitive grant. They've issued a request for proposals, and our director of health has prepared the attached grant submission essentially in response to their RFP. If it's awarded, it would provide the health department $50,000 in funding to support part-time hours of a health educator and a public health nurse, and they would be focusing on hypertension and diabetes prevention strategies for Monroe residents. As you can see, it is a very large document to meet the DPH requirements. Thank Amy for trudging through the state requirements to get this submitted. It has been reviewed by the town attorney. You have his attached opinion letter. This application requires authorization from the governing body of the applicant for submission, as well as some other things in here that are very much terms and conditions. So in that regard as well, it is appropriate that council approve this prior to it being submitted.
Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of adopting resolution 23-065, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against, please say nay. Hearing none, this passes 9-0.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I have a question.
Sure.
It's not, I support this, but job descriptions in here, those aren't new, are they?
We currently have a public health nurse and a health educator. They are grant funded. The health educator is grant funded. The public health nurse is in the budget, so that is a approved job description already. This would provide incremental hours. The health educator, as currently exists, is a grant-funded, limited durational position, so it does not fall within the charter-defined classified service that requires council approval. So you have not seen that job description, but it does exist.
Okay.
It has been approved, yes.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Item D, resolution. There's typo. It should be 23-066. Madam Vice Chair.
I move the town council adopt resolution 23-066. Resolved that Kenneth M. Kellogg, first selectman of the town of Monroe, is authorized to execute and deliver on behalf of the town of Monroe the Spectrum Enterprise Service Agreement Service Order and any associated documents by and between Charter Communications Operating LLC for the town's wide area network.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Donald Miles. Mr. Kellogg.
Thank you. So our current agreement for our wide area network expires at the end of this fiscal year. Our technology director, Paul Kors, who is attending remotely this evening, has done significant analysis, which I thank him for, on our infrastructure needs. He's recommended a new 5-year agreement with Charter Communications Operating LLC, which is the legal entity of which Charter operates under. And he believes that this is a very competitively priced offer and the best value for the town. Included with this is infrastructure upgrades that are very much needed here in Town Hall, which will be converting from copper to fiber optic transmission and an increased bandwidth. He did anticipate cost escalation with this new agreement, and that was incorporated into the approved fiscal year 24 budget. So we are comfortable from that perspective as well. This agreement has been further negotiated by the town attorney. You have his attached opinion letter, and I ask that we move this forward so we can get this project underway now in time for July 1st.
Thank you. Any discussion? All right, hearing none. All those in favor of adopting resolution 23-066, please say aye.
Aye.
All those against, please say nay. Hearing none, nays, passes 9-0. Our second public participation item, we have one matter of unfinished business this evening, not discussed. St. Jude School Property Insurance Center update. Is there any member of the public that would like to participate on that item? Please remember and mute yourself. Star 6. Hearing none, I'm going to close second public participation for the evening. I'm adjourning this meeting at 9 p.m.